Okay, my name is Christina Wade, and I am going to be showing you how to properly put on and take off PPE in a hospital. So the first thing you want to do is check and see what precautions the patient is on. But for today, I believe we are going to be putting on our gowns, a mask. If we were going into a COVID room, it'd be an N95 with our masks. Then goggles or a face shield, and then lastly our gloves. So after checking what precaution they are under, we are going to get all the equipment that we need for that patient's room because we can't be running in and out of the room. Before putting on the attire, we're going to be washing our hands, and then we are going to grab our gown. And with our gown, you know, you really don't want it to touch the ground when you're opening it, but this isn't a sterile procedure, so I guess it'd be fine, but you should try not to let it hit the ground. You're going to put it so that the gown opens in the back, and you tie it around your neck and abdomen. Some people have different techniques of tying it. Some people tie it before they put it on. Some people tie it after. Sometimes in the hospital, people don't really tie their gowns at all, but that's not good practice. So we're tying our gown, and the ties are securely around my waist and neck. Now, if we had an N95, which we don't, we would have been fitted for it, and make sure that we have the proper size mask, a different size. But we are not using N95s, we're just using a simple face mask where you're going to tie it around like so, behind your ears and behind your neck. We're going to make sure we have the blue side facing out. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on, if we had goggles, we'd put them on here. But we have a face shield, so we're just going to go ahead and put that on. This is very weird. Face shield. I'm assuming it goes like this. Yeah. Wow. Okay. And then the last thing we're going to do is put on your gloves. And you want them to cover the ends of your cuff on your gown. And again, these aren't sterile gloves or anything like that. They're just regular disposable gloves, so it doesn't really matter what way you put them on. And then once we are all gowned up and we have all our equipment, we are going to enter the patient's room. Of course, we're going to knock before we enter, identify the patient, and continue with the appropriate care that they need. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to properly take off your PPE. Because I tied my gown in the back, I'm not going to touch it with my gloved hands because technically everything in your front is supposed to be dirty and the back is supposed to be relatively clean. So if I take my dirty gloved hands and untie the back, then my back gets dirty. So we're going to wait to untie the ties until the gloves are off. For taking off your gloves, first we're going to pinch one off and slide it out like that. For the other one, we're going to take our ungloved hand and we're going to slide underneath this glove, and we are going to pull that one off. And you get it like that. We're going to dispose of that in the proper waste. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is remove our goggles or our face shield. We want to take care not to touch the front of the face. We want to remove it from the back or from the ties or whatever. You want to lift it away from the face, and then you want to place it in the proper container or garbage or wherever your mask, face shield, goggle should go. Let's say it needs to go in the garbage. So the second thing we're going to do, after removing your face shield is to now remove the gown. And again, the last thing you want to leave on is your 95 respirator. And this is also done right before leaving the patient's room, right next to the door. So we are now going to unfasten the ties behind her neck, behind her back, and we are going to kind of, you know, get it away from our shoulders. And we're going to fold the gown kind of inside out. We can grab it from the inside because it's all clean in there. And then we just roll it up. And we dispose of it. We open the door, we exit, our mask is still on. The first thing I would do actually is grab hand sanitizer outside the door really quick. After that, we're now in the hallway. We have everything off except for our face masks, and we are going to now remove our mask. Now, regular face masks, untie the backs. Do not touch it from the front. Same with the 90 and 95. You don't want to touch the mask from the front. And you can dispose of that. Then again, I would probably get more hand sanitizer. And then I would go and walk over to a sink and wash with soap and water properly in a sink. And perform my hand hygiene after removing all my Ppee. That should be it. Okay, thank you.